Hey guys, welcome back to Frosted Gaming. Today's episode of Everyday Tech is going to be on the Xbox One Elite controller. If you guys haven't used one of these, or if you haven't felt one of these or touched one of these, I definitely recommend doing so. I've been using mine I did not get it on first day launch or whatever it was because they lost my stock or something like that, so they lost my order. So I had to wait like 2 months or 2.5 months for a new one. If you guys have, like I said, if you haven't had your hands on one of these, I definitely recommend it. The only thing I don't like about it so far is the paddles are super sensitive. So the paddles on the back here, I don't have them on right now because I don't use them, but they are super sensitive. But one thing that I did use, that I have been using quite a bit, is actually the hair triggers. So I've been using the hair triggers quite a bit. They really help. The only thing that I have a downfall with it, or a downside to it, is when you're playing games like Battlefield Hardline and Battlefield 4. The only problem that I'm running into is with shotguns. Shotguns, it doesn't release down enough. The trigger doesn't release down enough for the shotgun to fire. That's the only problem I'm having with it. It's really not that big of an issue. Basically, you can just reach back and go normal, and then you can have a hair trigger on the left side. But we can go and look at a few pictures or whatnot and just kind of do some panoramas of this controller. The overall grip and feel of this controller is really, really good. I cannot say enough about this controller. It's definitely worth, I would put it at like the $99 price range, or the $99 to $129 price range. I wish they came with a little bit more options, such as different skins you can put on them and whatnot, but I mean, to each their own. At least Microsoft tried, and I honestly, compared to a SCUF controller, these seem a lot more solid, a lot more solidly built, because when SCUF controllers are built, they actually take them apart and add all their stuff to it, and then they put them back together. So Microsoft doesn't do that. Microsoft makes a pretty good, solid product. I haven't had any issues with it. And it has a much better sensor in it. If you try to connect it to the console, as soon as you pick it up, as soon as you like touch it or pick it up, it automatically, if your screen is dimmed out like mine is right now, it will actually turn on the screen. It knows you're ready to play. It gets you ready right away. So that's really cool. It turns on a lot faster. So let's go ahead and turn it on here real quick, just show you guys. It turns on within one blink. I think the old controller is like 3 or 4 blinks and then it's on, kind of like the 360. So this controller is really, really cool. All the buttons, as you can see, all the buttons are ghosted out. So you can kind of see these here. They're no longer the red, green, blue, and yellow, I believe it is. Red, green, blue, and yellow for the XYAB. They're all ghosted out, which is really, really cool. I like that feature. The two-tone, the silver and the black, and then you've got the diamond grip gray on the back. That's pretty cool. It definitely has a premium feel to it. If you guys, like I said, if you haven't held one, I definitely recommend, if you know somebody that has one, borrow it for a day or two or something like that, if you can. Or go into GameStop and maybe they'll have one that they can take out of the package for you so you can just feel it. It definitely has a premium feel to it. For those of you wondering how I got my rechargeable pack on here, I have a Insignia. I have an Insignia rechargeable base over here, and it worked fine with the other controllers, but this one with the paddles on, you have to modify it. That's why I don't use the paddles anyway, so I just leave them off. I had to modify because this controller receives it differently. If you don't want to go out and buy another battery pack for your Xbox One Elite, there's 2 tabs underneath the tab base here that you just have to pop 2 tabs off, leave the center one alone, and it'll fit right back in. You can put your rechargeable battery in there and you'll have that open battery charging port. So that's how I did it. I did have a few questions on that when I did the review of this. Hopefully you guys are seeing close-ups of some of the pictures and whatnot. We're actually scrolling through all my stuff in the background here, if you guys can see that. It's really, like I said, it's got a premium feel. You can take the controller pads off, or the controller thumbsticks. You have 3 different heights. The lowest height and the highest height are going to have your concave sticks, and the medium height has like a rounded stick, which is, I like the higher one. I only use the high one, as you guys can see. I only use the high one on my head movements and whatnot when you're playing first-person shooters, but the one on the left, for your left hand, just running and moving forward and whatnot, that I leave just normal. Some people do both with the old control freaks and whatnot. Some people do both. I have the left one low and the right one high as it can go. I used to use Control Freaks, and quite honestly, I will never go back. Your level of precision is just crazy with these higher sticks. So, as far as the bottom of the controller goes, you do have your normal charge port here. Why did it just dim out? You guys notice that? Now it's brightening up again. What the hell? As far as the bottom of the controller goes, I always say as far as. Have you guys ever noticed that? Anyways, so for the bottom of the controller, you have your normal charge port, and then your microphone jack. You no longer need your adapter for a microphone jack. You can use pretty much any 3.5 millimeter headset jack, and just plug that right into the bottom here. It's actually separate from the charge port here. If you guys haven't seen it by the pictures, I'll just show you here. So that's pretty cool. That's a nice, neat feature. You also have two remaps. So you can set your button remapping, which I haven't really done. I haven't really messed around with that on the Xbox. I like it the way it is. You have your button remap. So you have a center. So here's your start and here's your back button. And you have this little dial right here in the center. So I have it set on 1. So all my button maps are the way I want them. But if I want to switch over from like Battlefield to Call of Duty and they're different button presets, and my paddles on the back are different presets or whatnot, you just switch it over to number 2. Simple as that. It's pretty easy. So that's pretty cool. I think SCUF controllers don't even have that feature. But anyways, guys, all of the grips have your like diamond grip besides the medium grip. So your lower and highers have the diamond grip. If you guys want to pick one of these up, as always, it's in the descriptions below. I definitely recommend picking one of these up. It's really got a premium feel to it. You will never go back to a normal controller ever again. I guarantee it. It doesn't cost as much as I think 149 is, or 139 or something like that is the starting price for a SCUF controller. Once you upgrade it, fully modded out, you're going to be paying a little over 200 bucks for a fully modded SCUF controller. This is kind of like what you would compare to like a medium modded SCUF controller, or almost highest without all that extra grippy stuff everywhere. It's pretty much like that. I mean, everything's removable. You can switch it out on the fly, which is really cool. If you guys want to pick one of these up, it's always in the descriptions below. And if you guys haven't seen my other videos, I will link my other everyday tech videos. I will link them at the end of this video in the whatever you call it, the annotations or my outro or whatnot. So if you guys haven't seen those, definitely go check those out. I really love this controller. I'm gonna get back to playing some Assassin's Creed Syndicate, maybe even some Fallout 4, and we'll see you guys in the next video. Stay frosty.